Yeah, I want to give you some quick advice on actually if you want to save yourself some serious bucks. I want to call this quote unquote restoring a car because there's the right way to do it and there's the rabbi synergy way of doing it. Because I'm going to tell you, the average person doesn't want to spend a lot of money or time doing this type of stuff. I had a little video out here about pulling out a little dent. Actually, I didn't get this dent all fixed right. I just painted it, but it looks a lot better than it was. With the stud welder and stuff. And I had a little video I put out about a $24 air nibbler, which was not a very good video because I was trying to hold the camera and use the air nibbler at the same time. But instead of paying 150 bucks or 200 something dollars, you should probably, if you're a body shop, you want to get probably a Milwaukee or air nibbler or something good, But that'll work for me. But the thing is, I'm going to be putting in some new metal. I'm not going to be using a MIG welder. I'm going to be using a flux core welder. I did some research on this because I noticed that the Forney wire, the Forney 30 thousandths wire, it's pretty clean. And there's other wire out there. I forgot what the hell the name of it was. It's in a green package. It's pretty clean too. I'm not going to use a MIG welder to freaking weld in the steel. I'm going to use just a flux core. This little hole part 125, cheap. A little over a few $100. But that's my whole way of thinking though. I always look for the best value for the money. Period. And it goes from 90% to 99% starts getting into big bucks, and then to go to 99.9% gets really big bucks, and then to go to 99.999% gets astronomical bucks. Like for instance, if you're missing a grill on a car, my opinion is screw the freaking grill. You know what I mean? If they think it's like a gold-plated piece of plastic or something, just freaking get a piece of aluminum or even stainless steel, or probably just aluminum, make something up, freaking make your own custom grill. Because back in the day, you know what everybody used to do in the 60s and 70s? They used to take that junk out of there anyway and freaking put their own stuff in there because they wanted to make it look like their car anyway. If you got like rusted out wheel wells, put some flares on it. Screw it. You can mold them, you can weld something on here and mold it into the body. So it's not OEM. Big freaking deal. But, my deal is, I'm going to actually say, like, I picked up, this is not a commercial or nothing, but I picked up this product, Cosmoline Weather Shield, and I figured out, I says, I never thought of this. I was been harping on this on the last few videos. They got ways you could flat out stop rust on cars, period. And if the damn thing's sitting out there rusting, get yourself some Cosmoline and freaking just douse it or some shit, or get any kind of paint on it, because having a hole in a damn car is a hell of a lot worse than having taken off some Cosmoline or paint later on. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm gonna go do it right later." That's why it gets delayed. Yeah, I want to do it right later. So you know what that means? It gets delayed. Now I've been delaying because I want to get my crap together. I got this welder. I got some sanders and board sander. What the hell else did I get? I don't know, a bunch of crap. The compressor, the freaking spray guns, and I got a couple parts I got to get for my Sebring. Now I'm gonna push that out, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna drive it out. I have to push it out. There's a couple minor parts I'm waiting on. Then the El Camino will be under cover so I can freaking work on it. But I'm gonna actually tell you something too, man, because I remember back when I had my 62 freaking Impala convertible SS, I had it painted by Earl Scheib for $29. You thought 99 was cheap? 29. This is back in 72. 29.9, excuse me. It was 29.95. And actually it came out good because I sanded the car and prepped it before they painted it, and it was like the paint they used was like a light yellow and was going over the same color. Because I've seen a lot of cars they did. You could see what was coming right through. You could see the color underneath the other color. You know, they don't prime nothing. They just paint, you know. So, but it was light yellow over the other yellow. You know, so it actually looked good. I was surprised, you know. But the point is, actually, I've used spray cans on cars, and the paint was still there 10 years later, kept the rust away. And, you know, duplicolor, whatever the hell it is, you know. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm getting this junk here. This is, I'm putting this on the El Camino. I was looking at this. This is called restoration enamel or some crap. It's single stage acrylic enamel. It's not I don't know, you know. I remember when Delstar came out. It was like the raid. It was like the big new thing. Emerald and Delstar or some shit. And, but this paint, I'm going to tell you right now. This paint, this acrylic enamel with the catalyst for $77.96. And you got this freaking metallic stuff for $129. Whatever the hell it is. It's way better than the crap that came on the cars back in the 70s and 60s. Way better. Way better. Because Judge Chrysler in Plymouth, you know, the Chrysler Corporation, they used to use acrylic enamel, but nothing was, it didn't have the catalyst in it. That paint was actually pretty good. And then GM had the, you know, the lacquer, acrylic lacquer, which chipped real easy. And actually everybody was painting their cars with, I don't know, they had some other kind of crappy enamel they used to paint before this acrylic crap with the, with the freaking catalyst, and it was some real cheapo enamel. But actually the stuff didn't come off the car. I mean, you look at today and see, you know, here's a car from the 50s, right? Here's a car from the 60s, original paint. Yeah, it's Survivor, right? That stuff I showed you from that restoration enamel called TCP Global, whatever the hell it is, that's better than the paint that was on a car back in the 60s and the early 70s. Far better. They didn't have no clear coat back then. They had this urethane shit with the freaking catalyst. So, I mean, I'm looking at it like, put that crap on it, you know? $129. And actually, a full-size car, you could pretty much, now that thing's a two-tone, so I got to pay twice as much, and I got a bit primer, and you know, that's expensive. But, you know, that's how I'm looking at it. I don't care, because you know what? There's going to be junk going in this El Camino, man. I'm going to be loading it down, and if I get a hole in it somewhere and the rust falls through it again, I don't think I will, though, because I'm using a lot of the Cosmoline on it. I'll just weld it up again and put the enamel on it, because this bitch is getting used. And, you know, I think it's like when people have it in their head, they got to do this, they got to do that, they got to do this, they got to do that. It gets to be, well, it depends on what you want to do. I personally, my old modus operandi has always been the most bang for the buck. Like, do it pretty much right. Pretty much right so it's functional. And you know, the thing is, as long as it's chemically clean, it's sanded correctly, the damn paint will stick. And don't, you know, the biggest problem you have sometimes with paint is if the stuff, if you don't put a primer sealer under it and it doesn't like the paint that's under it, then it's going to go, you know. But I mean, even then, it lasts for, a lot of times it lasts for years. Even then. So, you know, there's, well, I mean, it all depends on how you want to do shit, but I got my way of doing things, and, you know, maybe it ain't the right way, but, you know, I look at it like the way I'm doing it, I think appeals to more people, because it's cheap, it's fast, you know, it's like you freaking knock it out, get her done, you know, but it's like, when people, you know, they get overwhelmed by this shit, it's too much. It becomes too many dollars. And then you, well, it takes the enjoyment out of it, you know? I mean, I have spray can paint on my Harley on a gas tank for the last 10 years. I put some blue on it. It wasn't metallic. It was some crap I found someplace. and it was a pretty good match to the freaking blue that was on there before, and it was a bigger gas tank. And what I did was, I didn't have metallic, so I dusted silver over it. That was my fake metallic. And then I dusted some ghost flames into it real quick. And then I clear coated it with some spray can crap. But it's been on there for 10 years. Somebody looks at it, ooh, big deal, you know? I mean, who gives a shit, you know? Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like you can have it fairly decent for like a hell of a lot less money. It's taking something the full length of to the the nine the whole 9 yards. That's what costs you the big bucks. Now, if you're going to a show, you do that. But I remember, like, this, I'm totally sold on this Cosmoline stuff because I don't like rust. It's like your car disappears, man. It's like melting away, you know? I don't like that stuff because no matter what you do, you can't get that freaking metal back again, you know? So I'm hot on that. I'm definitely doing, I've been rust-proofing the crap out of cars lately here and there. I do a piece here and a piece there. But the thing is, when you're doing this stuff, it can get too expensive, too time-consuming, and then you lose interest. And that's my point. And even if you put a shittier paint job, and I don't think it's a shitty paint job. I mean, if you did, this $100 a gallon freaking, I don't think that paint is screwed up. It's like I heard good stuff from that I heard people say it's not bad, that restoration enamel. But I know this. I mean, you can put tractor paint on stuff. This tractor paint, it's freaking stays on there for years. It doesn't get screwed up, and it's nowhere even near as good as that. Actually, like I said, that paint is better than the paint that came with the cars back in the 60s and 50s and early 70s. Far better. Far better. So, I mean, but I know, like, a friend of mine a long time ago I used to work with, he was like, he had a body shop shit, and then he actually painted cars good, because they used to take him to the Concurs Corvette Club. He used to paint the cars for them, and he took his car to a show one time, and the judge comes by with the white gloves, and he thinking he's gonna wipe, freaking touch the paint. Nope, he goes under the car with the white gloves. He freaking comes out black soot, We laughed our ass off at that guy. I said, "What the hell are you doing, man? You idiot!" I didn't realize what the hell was going to happen in that show. So that's what they do. Well, it's stupid. You drive the stupid thing. I don't give a shit about the show. I mean, maybe I just got a whole different way of thinking of stuff. But yeah, I'm a dirt cheap way of doing things. But I still think you can do it dirt cheap, and you're going to get about 90% of the results, a presentable result that ain't going to really cost you nothing, hardly at all. And the beauty of that is you can drive it all over the place, take it in the freaking shopping mall, parking lot, people banging the door into it or something, get you chipped, you're like, oh, so what, ooh. Anyway, if it's something like, 3 stages of freaking pearl or something, you get a chip in it, you're gonna freaking have a heart attack. But that's not the way I do things. I don't believe in that stuff. That's just how that's my philosophy. Just not just do it as cheap as possible, but the most bang for the buck. Most bang for the buck. And I didn't order this paint yet. I got everything mail. Well, I got enough shit to do without freaking ordering this paint. But I'll be getting going on this probably as soon as those stupid parts from my Chrysler come in, the Chrysler convertible, so I can pull that out and put the El Camino in there and then I can start doing it. But I'm getting this junk, 77.96 a gallon, single stage acrylic enamel auto paint kit from TCP Global, restoration enamel. I heard it's pretty good shit, actually. It's not as good as the freaking $500 a gallon stuff, but so what? It ain't gonna come off. It's better. Like I said, it's better than the paint that they used in the '60s. Far better. This other junk, metallic, $129.9. It's not oral shy. Somebody accused me of being oral shy, but that's just how I think, man. Because if I had an old classic car, I'm bombing around in it. I don't give a damn what the freaking weather's out there, man. I am using the hell out of it. The whole trunk's gonna be full of shit. I'm gonna load it down. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Because if I don't use it and I don't abuse it, I don't want the shit. That's really what it is, you know. And like I says, if you can't find parts for the damn classic car or whatever the hell it is, or say the bumper's too rusty, and you want to, it cost a lot of money for chrome. Freaking take the damn chrome off it, paint it. Screw it. Screw it. As long as it looks presentable. And that's the thing. Back in the 60s and 70s, that's what people were doing anyway. They were taking perfectly good cars and changing them around just for the hell of it. Putting different grills in there, different lights, flares. I mean, the flares, you could put some big snow tires in the back and really bomb around in the winter with that damn thing. I mean, that's with, some big-ass tires as big as the Mickey Thompsons. So, I mean, I got my way of doing things, and there's other, it's like I don't lowball it all the way. It's the best bang for the buck. So, if you think this stuff's a lot of money, it can be a lot of money. But then again, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, you're not necessarily going to get a really shit job out of it. And on top of it, say you put cheaper paint on it for $100 a gallon. You could always take it off and freaking put the other stuff on it later on. You can always do it right later. But to me, I'm not going to ever do it right because I think classic cars should be used and abused. That's my philosophy. And, it's just how it is, man. It's just how it is. I don't give a damn. So, it's just how I think. So, just want to make some more. I'm going to have a lot of suggestions on how to get by dirt cheap on this shit and still got it pretty good. Still get it pretty good.